create one of those rites of passage that all woodworkers seem to have to go through, which is the end grain chopping board. But I thought I'd try and do it the easy way, or easy-ish. I'm just going to use a log slice, so I've got lots of beautiful end grain here. This is off a plane tree. I'm just going to turn it round, shape it, and I'll have one end grain chopping board, hopefully without much of the fuss and all the cutting and gluing. So, I've got myself set up on the lathe for outboard turning. Everything locked down as best I can. There's a bit of vibration in the piece, but that should disappear fairly quickly as I turn it round. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is try and get all this bark off and get it into a round shape. Right, I'm happy with the shape now, the outside and the bits of pattern I've got. It's sanding up very well. It's quite soft wood, I think, plain. But it'll do nice as a sacrificial chopping board. Try to leave a bit of pattern in rather than not at all. I don't think I'm going to have to stabilise that because this is going to be a good solid lump of wood. Now I need to work the face into shape. In fact, I think this is going to be the bottom of it. And what I'll do is shape a tenon in the middle of it, grab it with that, turn the face, and then we'll take the tenon back off, but we'll see how we go. So this, I think for now, will be the underside of it. So I'll smooth it out and put a tenon on it. I've got the tool rest as secure as I can get it. There's still some movement in it because it's so extended out from the bed now. One thing is, I don't like turning all the way out here, but we'll see how we get on with the cuts. Well, having thought about it as I'm turning, I think I'm going to go and give this a bit of a sharpen because it's not up to standard. This is the cut it came with, more or less. It's not quite how I like to have my bowl gouges set up. It's a brand new tool. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a recess in there that I can use my chuck and expansion mode. That way I can finish this side, flip it over, do the top, and not have to come back and try and remove this tenon if I put a tenon on it. So I think that's the approach I'm going for. So let's sharpen up the chisel and then see if we can get a nice smooth finish off this, and then I'll take a recess into it. Quite liking it though. Yeah, that's definitely cutting more like I'm used to. Okay, I think I'm just going to try and flatten this up. There's a bit of tear out there, I think sort of around the centering in the tree. Let's see if we can get that nice and flat, and then I'll put the we'll put a recess in that middle, and then I can chuck mount it the other way around, and we can turn the surface that's going to be actually chopped on. I've changed onto my larger jaw set. These don't come out very often, so it's quite nice to find an excuse to get them out and use them, and hopefully they'll grip the recess I put in the back of this really nicely. So all I've got to do now is take off the faceplate and remount it into the recess. I'm going to cut about 1 inch off this. I'm going to try with this square-ended carbide cutter to start off with. If that doesn't work, I can always change back to the bowl gouge. I'm going to take about 1 inch off this to get rid of the screw marks in the middle and give me about the thickness of board I want left at the end. So some severe cutting to do here. Just time to be patient and get on with it. Okay, so I've got that to the thickness I want, got rid of the holes. I've got a bit of torn grain around the pulp of the tree, because this is just a slice straight through a tree. So I'm going to try and now smooth this all out. I'm going to shape it a little bit, so I'm going to give it a sort of rounded edge. I'm going to create a little trough that runs around the outside, so it'll catch any juices if you're doing sort of wet cutting or meat. And then it'll have a nice flat surface in the middle. And then yeah, it'll be just sand it up and put a finish on it. Right, to finish this I'm going to use something I've used pretty successfully before on kitchen utensils. Things like salad tongs and dippers and stuff, which is tung oil. This is extracted from a Japanese tree seed and just gives a really good water resistant finish. I'm going to need to put a lot more than that on. I think I'm going to have to take this off the lathe and do it by just pouring on It's a good finish to use. You literally just mop it on and wipe it off again after you've left it for sort of 20 minutes or so just to soak in, and just keep repeating. So having got a good coat on it, I'm now going to just leave that to dry in, and then I'll come back and put another coat on. But I'm really liking the way that's looking, the way the combination of the check pattern and the different growth rings really make that a pretty piece, and hopefully something we'll have for years to come as it gets used. So I reckon maybe another 2 coats of tung oil over time. I'll leave that to soak in, and then I'll show you the end product. Okay, so here we have the finished product. It's got 3 coats of tung oil on it now. The last one's just drying. I'll give it a mop over once it's done, but I'm really pleased with the way that's come out. I like the checking and the pattern, and I think it'll make a good serviceable gauge cropping board for a few years, and then who knows, maybe I'll try that segmented one, but for now I'm pretty happy with that. How about that for a quick and easy project? See you on the next video.